In this session, we will solve 5 pseudocode based questions. So this is question number 1. So initially, m is equal to 10 and n is equal to 5. So here in this pseudocode, nowhere the values are getting modified. So let us look at the if-else ladder. In if AND condition is used and in else OR is used. So for AND, all the condition checks must be true. Even if any one of the check fails, you can go to the next else if. So n less than 10, is it true? Yes, because 5 is less than 10. Then let us check the second one also. M greater than 10. No, 10 is not greater than 10. It is only equal. So this fails, right? So this one fails. Hence, 1 will not be displayed. So now we come to the else if. Here we have OR. So even if one of the condition is true, that is satisfied, it will display. So let us check. 5 greater than n. Is 5 greater than 5? No, it is equal only. So let us test the second one. 10 greater than n. Is 10 greater than n? What is n? N is equal to 5 here. Is 10 greater than 5? Yes. So even if one of the conditions is true, that is conditions evaluates to true, it will enter and display. So it will display 2. This else will not be executed because one of the condition is true and we have displayed 2 here. So the if ends. So the answer is the output of this particular pseudocode is 2. So that is the right answer. So in this question 2, the values are getting modified. So what we must do is we should write down the variables and the values here. That is in your paper, you please write it down. X is equal to 8, Y is equal to 4 and Z is equal to 2. So now we are going to evaluate, right? Here AND is given, here also AND is given. Then all the 3 checks must be true. Is Y into Z is equal to X? So Y into Z, what is it? Y is 4, Z is 2. So 4 into 2, 8. Is it equal to X? 8, yes. So this is fine, perfectly alright. X minus Y is equal to Y. What is X minus Y? It is 8 minus 4. It is 4. Is it equal to Y? Yes, 4 is equal to 4. So this is also true. X by Y, that is X divided by Y, is equal to Z. What is X by Y? X by Y is 8 by 4. What is the value? 2. Is it equal to Z? Yes, 2 is equal to 2. So this is also true. Then it means X is equal to X minus Y will be evaluated. What is X minus Y? So X minus Y is 8 minus 4, which is 4, right? So 4 will be assigned to X. So X will become 4. Now the revised values are X is equal to 4, Y is equal to 4 and Z is equal to 2. So now we come here and we have to print the value of Z minus Y minus X. So let us substitute the values. What is Z? It is 2. What is Y? It is 4. So minus 4. What is X? It is 4. So minus 4. So what is the value? It is minus 6. 2 minus 4 minus 2 minus 2 minus 4 will be minus 6. So the answer is minus 6. So now let us solve question 3. So here too the values are getting modified. So let us write it down. So I is equal to 0, J is equal to 1 and val equal to 1. Here we have a loop. So K will be from 0 to 5. That is K will take the values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Initially it is 0. So here we are checking if val is greater than 11, then exit, right? That is before it is reaching 5. If val is greater than 11, then we have to exit. So now let us check. Val is 1. It is not greater than 11. So we come here. Print val. So what is the val? It is 1. So let us write it down here, output. So 1 is printed. Then val plus is equal to I. It means val is equal to val plus I. So this is equivalent to val is equal to val plus I. So what is val plus I? I is equal to 0, val is equal to 1. So again val is assigned 1. So it is not changing. I plus is equal to j. So here too it is I equal to I plus j. So what is the new value of I? You add both and it is 1. I is 0, j is 1. So you add, it is 1. So I is replaced by 1. So now j plus is equal to 1. Essentially you are incrementing j by 1. What is the value of j? 1. So it becomes 2. So now again you come here. Now k is equal to 1. Is val greater than 11? No. So print val. Again 1 is printed because val is 1 now. Val is equal to val plus I. So 1 plus 1, it is 2. So val becomes 2. I is equal to I plus j. So I plus j is 3. So I becomes 3. J plus is equal to 1. J is increased. So j becomes 3. So now again you come here. K is 2 now. So is val greater than 11? No. So we continue. Print val. What is the value? It is 2. So 2 is printed. Then val is equal to val plus I. 2 plus 3. What is it? 5. So val becomes 5. I is equal to I plus j. What is I? 3. What is j? 3. So I becomes 6. Then j plus is equal to 1. J becomes 4. So now again you come to the next iteration. K is equal to 3. So you are checking, is val greater than 11? No. So we come here and print val. So 5 is printed. Then val is equal to val plus I. 5 plus 6. So what is the value? It is 11. Then I plus is equal to j. I is equal to I plus j. You add both. It becomes 10. So I becomes 10. J plus is equal to 1. J becomes 5. So you again come to the next iteration. K is equal to 4. You are checking if val is greater than 11. No, it is only equal to 11. So still we go here and then we print val. What is the val? It is 11. 11 is printed. Then val is equal to val plus I. So val plus I. 11 plus 10. It becomes 21. I is equal to I plus j. So you add 10 and 5. It becomes 15. Then j is increased by 1. J becomes 6. Then again you come here. K is equal to 5. You check now. Is val greater than 11? Yes. 21 is greater than 11. So you jump out of the loop. So you come here and the pseudocode ends. So now what is the output? It is 112511. So this is the answer. So here in this question 4, they have asked the output if n is equal to 5. So initially n is equal to 5. So integer a, b temp and a is equal to 1. B is equal to n, which means b is equal to 5 because n is 5. So while n, this means as long as n is not equal to 0. Because normally when the pseudocode is given, we take the C implementation. In C, 0 means false. Anything other than 0, including negative value, is true. So this means while n not equal to 0, right? So b minus is equal to a. It means b is equal to b minus a. So what is b minus a? It is 5 minus 1, 4. So b becomes 4. If b is less than a, is b less than a? No. So this is not executed. Temp is equal to 0. So temp equal to 0. Because so far temp has not been assigned a value. So now this if is over. Now n minus equal to temp. So n is equal to n minus temp. That is the meaning. N is equal to n minus temp. So what is n minus temp? It is 5. So n is 5 only. It remains unchanged. A plus is equal to 1. A is increased by 1. So a becomes 2. So now again we go to the while. We check if n is equal to 0. No, it is 5. So we continue. B is equal to b minus a. So b minus a is nothing but 4 minus 2, which is 2. Then we are checking if b is less than a. No, it is not less than. It is only equal to. So again we come here. Temp is equal to 0, right? So we come here, n is equal to n minus temp. So what is the value? N is equal to 5 minus 0. So n remains the same. A plus plus. A plus is equal to 1 means A plus plus. A becomes 3. So again we check if n is not equal to 0. Yes, n is not 0. So B equal to B minus A. So what is B minus A? It becomes minus 1. So B becomes minus 1. So now you are checking, is B less than A? Yes. So temp becomes 1. So we come here, n is equal to n minus temp. So 5 minus 1, it becomes 4. A plus plus, right? So what is the value of A plus plus? It becomes 4. Then again you come here, you check, n is not equal to 0, fine. B is equal to B minus A. So minus 1 minus 4. What is the value? It is minus 5. And then you are checking, B is less than A. Yes. So temp is equal to 1. Temp is 1. Now n is equal to n minus temp. So n becomes 3. And A plus plus. A becomes 5. Now again you check, n is not equal to 0. So B is equal to B minus A. Minus 5 minus 5. So it becomes minus 10. Then you are checking, is B less than A? Yes. So temp is equal to 1. Now n is equal to n minus temp. So n becomes 2. Then A plus plus. A becomes 6. So again you are checking, n is not equal to 0. B is equal to B minus A. So minus 10 minus 6. It becomes minus 16. Then you are checking, B is less than A. Yes, because B is negative. So temp is equal to 1. Now n is equal to n minus temp. So it becomes 2 minus 1. 1. Then A plus plus. It becomes 7. So again you are checking, yes, n is not equal to 0. B is equal to B minus A. Minus 16 minus 7. What is the value? It is minus 23. So now you are checking, B is less than A. Yes. So temp is equal to 1. N is equal to n minus temp. N becomes 0. A plus plus. So this becomes 8. So now you are checking, is n is not equal to 0? No, n is equal to 0. So you are exiting the while loop. So now what have you to return? You have to return A minus B. What is the value of A? It is 8. Minus B. What is the value of B? It is minus 23. So A minus B will become minus of minus 23, which is nothing but 8 plus 23. So this is 31. So 31 will be the answer. That is, this function will be returning 31. That is what they have asked. So now we have come to the last question, 5. So here too the values are changing. So we will write it down. I, j, k count, k is equal to 0. So k is equal to 0 and count is equal to 0. Count equal to 0. Then for each I from 0 to 2. So let us write it down. I will go from 0, 1, 2. And then we have j from 0 to the value of I plus k. So the value of j is dynamic. Okay. So initially to start with, j is equal to 0 till I plus k. What is I plus k? It is 0. So first time it will be only 0 alone, right? So now we have to increase count. So count plus is equal to 1. So it will become 1. Now the for loop has ended because j is equal to 0 only. It won't proceed any further. Okay. That is the inner for loop has ended. So now it will come here, execute k plus is equal to 1. So k will become 1. So now outer for loop will continue. So j is equal to 0 done in the inner for loop. So when it comes to outer for loop, 0 is also done. Now I will be 1. So now what will be the value of j? It will be from 0 till I plus k. So what is I plus k? It is 2. So j will take the value 0, 1, 2 and initially it is at 0, right? So now count plus is equal to 1. That is count plus plus. So count will become 2. Now j will become 1. Count will become 3. Now j will become 2. Count will become 4. So now the inner for loop has ended. Now k plus is equal to 1. K will become 2. Now I also will be 2. So 1 will be done. Now I is equal to 2. So now what will be the value of j? it will be from 0 till I plus k. What is I plus k? It will be 4. So it will take the value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many times count will be increased? It is going to iterate 5 times. So count will be 4 plus 5, it will be 9. Because there is only one statement. So we need not evaluate. 5 times it is going to increase count. This statement it will execute. So now the inner for loop will end. K plus is equal to 1. K will become 3. So now it is going to go to the outer for loop. But in outer for loop already 2 is complete. So outer for loop will also end. So we come here. Here what are they saying? Print count. What is the value of count? It is 9. So the output of the program will be 9. So this is the way we need to analyze the pseudocode and come up with the output. So have pen and paper ready. So without that, you cannot find the answer properly. Thanks a lot for watching.